In one South Fulton County neighborhood say they've had to look at a burned out house for 4 years. They called Channel 2's Justin Wilfon. He's live in the city of South Fulton tonight. And Justin, we can barely see you or the house because of all those overgrown weeds.
Jovita, I'm actually on the front porch right now, but this house is a little tough to see because all of these shrubs and weeds are so terribly overgrown. And neighbors here say they have been fighting for years to get this mess cleaned up. It looks like a house decorated for Halloween.
I fear just coming out because you don't know what's in all of this mess.
But neighbors say these decorations are all too real.
It is a horrific eyesore. It's embarrassing.
Neighbor Cynthia Barron told me after a fire at the house in 2014, the people who lived there moved out. Since then, she and her neighbors in the South Fulton subdivision of Forest Downs have watched it fall further into disrepair.
It's a magnet for criminals, and it definitely has decreased our property value.
Barron showed me a long list of emails she's been sending for years to try to get someone to clean the house up.
We want something done as soon as possible, ASAP.
We took the issue to City of South Fulton Councilwoman Helen Zenobia Willis. She told me when South Fulton became a city, it inherited a list of more than 200 blighted properties from Fulton County, including the one in Forest Downs.
I won't say that we're overwhelmed.
Willis says the city council recently passed new ordinances, which will allow the city to place tax penalties on blighted property owners, and in some cases allow the city to take over the properties and maintain them.
We are a little under 2 years old, and it's going to take time for us to put infrastructure in place to deal with matters like this.
But Willis says it's possible the city could begin cleaning up blighted homes sometime next year. By next Halloween, this haunted-looking house could look much different. And Willis said it's sometimes difficult to track down the owners of these blighted homes, including the owner of this house. Reporting live in South Fulton County tonight, Justin Wilfon, Channel 2 Action News, Night Beat.
Good morning, my faithful, loyal YouTube subscribers. Today is Tuesday. It is October 30th. The year is 2018. In that video you just watched, news report about a home in a predominantly black area in the South Fulton County area of Fairburn. It's a new city up down there they've created. That video is an indicative of the reasons why I refuse to live in black folks' neighborhoods. If you have a house next door to you that's not being maintained, the grass is not being cut, the shrubs have grown as tall as the house. No one has thought, let's get the neighbors together and go next door and board this house up and clean it up. We live next to this. Now, I don't live next to black folks no more. I've lived in black neighborhoods. West End was a prime example where there used to be dozens of abandoned houses down there. Them black folks who walk by those houses, literally live right next door to them, and wouldn't even go over there to make sure that the homes were boarded up and the yards were maintained. But you live next door to this. I'm not about to live next door to a house that's not being maintained, that vagrants and vandals are breaking into, that could burn down and possibly harm my own home. I'm going to go over there and board that house up, clean up that yard, cut down those weeds and bushes. Don't take long to do all this stuff. Do you have a choice? No, you don't have a choice. Or you can do like them niggas doing. We gonna call Channel 2 News and complain to the city. Like the city give a rat's ass about private property. And that woman said they got over 200 properties in that condition. They can't get to all of them. They'll never get. I've literally seen houses sit abandoned for years. In neighborhoods, years. One thing I can say about areas that are going through gentrification, when them white folks came in there, they started cleaning up those houses themselves, enforcing the owners, tracking down the owners, and making them clean the houses up, placing liens against the houses. They did a lot of stuff. They didn't just walk by that old raggedy ass termite infested house sitting there with the door open with the yard. They made the homeowner either deal with the property or they dealt with it themselves. I've seen this. When I first moved into the 04th Ward in 1999, 1998, those on my street, there were burned and abandoned houses. We would go out there once a month and clean all that shit up, the whole neighborhood. It was filthy. But it had to be done. It had to be done. How could these black folks be living next door to this mess and not know this, not going out and taking care of it? I don't understand it. How could you live next door to this mess? Right next door, and you have not gone over there to maintain a house that's right next door to you, or on your same block. Y'all haven't got together and got a date. Everybody got together and cleaned it up. And it's sad because when I go through black neighborhoods that are going down, sometimes when I ride up and down Wesley Chapel Road, I see houses that are abandoned. Nice houses that have been empty, vacant for years. No one, trash everywhere. The grass is uncut, the yard's maintained, and that's a fairly well-to-do, somewhat middle-class black neighborhood. How could they allow this filth to sit right next door to them? No one wants to run over there and clean it up. No neighbors have got the neighborhood organizations together, the homeowners association say, let's clean this house up and keep it clean until we find out who owns it and make them do something with it. But that doesn't happen in black neighborhoods. That doesn't happen in black neighborhoods. Black neighborhoods, it is chaos and confusion when it comes to maintaining these houses, and they don't belong to them. A lot of these houses, somebody owns them. You got to track the person down. But while you're trying to become a detective, trying to figure out who owns it, in the meanwhile, we got grass growing, homeless people living over there. It needs to be boarded up. I can imagine coming home every day to a site like that every day. I'd have to go get it. I'd have to clean it up. That's just for me. That's what I would do. But, that's just, I don't want to live in predominantly black neighborhoods anymore. I don't give a damn what any of y'all motherfuckers say. I've lived in predominantly black neighborhoods. Unless that area is going through gentrification, I don't want to live there. Because I know how it's going to end with houses that you paid $150,000 for, now worth $25,000 after 30 years of paying on it. I've seen that happen. I bought that house I built out in Lithonia back in 1997. I paid $177,000 for the house in 1997. That house is probably worth today maybe $50,000 to $70,000, maybe $80,000. It's a $100,000 loss. Although 20 years later, I don't own it no more. I sold it a couple of years after I built it. But it's amazing how those houses don't go up in value. They plummet in value in black neighborhoods. But I guess they're going to blame that on the white folks too. The white folks did it! Speaking of white folks and voting, DeKalb County, y'all know I went and voted 2 weeks ago. The first day of early voting here in Georgia. The turnout for DeKalb County has been kind of lackluster. I've been reading some local. We have this little local paper here, and it's saying that the turnout at the polls in South DeKalb has not been at all what they were expecting it to be, and they don't know why these black folks have decided to sit at home. You would think after what we've all gone through the past few years under under Donald Trump, that they would be all out there voting and trying to make progress and trying to see some change. But that's not happening for some odd reason. So anyway, this is going to be a short video. I just saw that on the news about these people complaining about these neighborhoods. I'm thinking to myself, if y'all expecting the city to come out there and clean that up, y'all going to be waiting forever. You live right next door to the house. Get together as best y'all can and clean it up. You can't do it all at one time. Those weeds and trees didn't grow there all at one time. It took some time. So you have to take your time and do a couple of hours here. We're going to get back together again next Saturday. It's a gradual process. Or maybe y'all can get a landscaping company coming in and clean it all up at one time, and y'all just pay for it. That way, you know, you have freedom. At least you don't have to worry about vagrants and wild animals. And it just doesn't make sense to let the house sit there and it's right next door to yours, on your street or on your block. Maybe that's just how I feel. But I've seen this over and over and over and over and over and over again in black neighborhoods. They drive by that shit like you don't even care. So, anyway, it's going to be a short video. I am tired as hell. I got stuff I need to do today. I don't know, I went to the gym yesterday and it kind of wore me out. But I'm about to get off here now. If you like my videos, click like. Don't forget to share them with family members and friends. There were some people sent me some very valid questions about the situation of the videos I did on Ken Snead. There were some details I left out, and I'm going to address that. Just some small details. I'm going to address some questions someone had, and I have answers for it. I just didn't, at that time, I didn't address them during those 4 videos. So I'm going to do a 5th video to address those questions that people had about that situation between Ken and I. So I'm probably going to do that this evening because I don't think I'm going to the gym today. I don't feel very well. I'm tired, but I got a lot of shit I need to do. We'll see. If you like my videos, click like, share them with family members and friends. I look forward to reading you all's comments and thoughts about what this video is about. I'm out of here today. It is Tuesday, October 30th. The year is 2018. I'm out.